Safe, clean, free-flowing water is a resource that sustains all life. Meandering streams and swift rivers are vital components for transportation, manufacturing, recreation, and quality of life. Our nation's waterways have always been integral in development, expansion, and growth. Alabama and the Jefferson County region in particular enjoy an abundance of streams, creeks, rivers, and lakes that play an important role in our quality of life. Stormwater Management Authority Incorporated is a local agency that was created to administer federal water quality laws for municipalities and unincorporated areas within Jefferson County. The agency is charged with complying with federal requirements that regulate polluted runoff generated by people. These requirements are based upon the population size of cities and regions. This type of pollution is called non-point source pollution because it does not come from one particular source, such as a factory or industry. It comes from people going about their daily lives at home, work, and play. Ordinary materials such as motor oil, household and yard chemicals, paints and solvents, and litter become pollutants when they are washed from roads, yards, and parking lots into the nearest waterway each time it rains. To better understand why SWMA exists and what benefits this agency provides to you and your community, it is important to take a brief look at the history and legislation that shaped SWMA.
Birmingham's own bustling steel, coal, and mineral industries created wealth for the region that spewed contaminants into the air and water at an alarming rate.
The EPA was slow to implement the regulations for this law, and the agency ultimately was sued in 1989. The EPA entered into a consent decree, and in 1990 finally published the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System (NPDES) permit applications for states. As a result of the consent decree, all 50 states were required to implement and enforce the Water Quality Act of 1987. It was left up to the states and affected local governments to develop a plan to fulfill and fund this mandate. Because of their population and level of development, Jefferson County, along with the city of Birmingham and 22 other municipalities, were required to comply with the Water Quality Act regulations.
The affected jurisdictions decided to form a regional agency to administer the requirements on their behalf. The Stormwater Act was introduced into the Alabama state legislature in 1993, which enabled the participating members to comply with a federal mandate, eliminate redundancy, and reduce costs. The act was passed in July 1995, permitting the participating stormwater members to create a funding system and providing the ability to form a public corporation. The Stormwater Management Authority was created on March 13, 1997. SWMA fills requirements of the NPDES permit on behalf of its members. The agreement provides the most cost-effective, efficient, and uniform way to comply with the federal laws, while greatly reducing liability for each individual jurisdiction. SWMA responds to its members' requests for information and resources to help maintain existing stormwater provisions, as well as address specific problems and assist in smart growth planning. SWMA monitors the quality of water in local waterways and tests for polluted runoff that is washed into creeks, streams, rivers, and lakes. SWMA issues permits and inspects construction sites less than 1 acre to ensure that they comply with soil and erosion control ordinances adopted by our members. Sophisticated mapping and land use analysis is available to member local governments for maintaining and improving their stormwater management systems. Educational programs, presentations, and training opportunities are provided to SWMA members, organizations, communities, schools, and other groups to teach people how to prevent polluted runoff. SWMA also maintains a hotline number for residents to report any suspected water pollution sources in the community.
Chances are that we already have been in your schools, helping children in your community understand the importance of safe, clean water. Or perhaps we have helped a builder or your municipal workers learn to use best management practices during construction. Each of our member cities have unique needs and challenges. Collectively, they all have one thing in common: the desire for a better quality of life. SWIMA stands ready to serve you and the needs of your community in achieving that desire.